Good morning, guys. So, back again. So, time again 5.2 and 2 minutes again late. I don't know. Even though I try after before like 2-3 minutes, I should try 5 minutes. I tried at 4:57 and eventually it ended up in 5:02. So today it is like simple reason. So today it was the YouTube was not connecting properly. So from that we I got an like message. Small things gives you a lot of message. You should have the acceptance that yes, it may be any reasons. Once it is like it's our fault, it is genuinely you have to accept it. It's our fault. You don't have to go ahead and start making that excuses, or even though it is excuses, no need of that. Until unless it is uh, it is like a problem or a problem of trust, then it is okay to give explanation. But at a certain extent, if there is genuinely a trust, you don't need an explanation. But it is good in theory, but in real life, uh, people need a lot of explanations. So, see, for example, let's say 5 or 2 minutes, then also I said it was uh, my fault. I was late, but then to a certain part of my mind started giving the reasons to it, even though there is no need it. If it is late, it is late. It is done. So you didn't able to switch on the connection, whatever the issue is there. It is like your problem because if I would have started 5 minutes early, then it may won't have been this problem. It may have some other problem, but that is fine. Once you are committed to something and you want to uh, continue it, then it should be excuse free. The lesser the excuse, the more the fun. So you never know what small thing. Let's go to the feedback. Feedback is like uh, yesterday. I guess I haven't given you. Sorry, I haven't given you the feedbacks uh, because I was talking about some uh, other topics. So feedback is like couple of days. Couple means 1 or 2 days. So I was able to sleep properly. But at some, I'm feeling this like differences. So what is the differences? Is once the from 2 days it's raining, and you can see the thumbnail. The light is also not there. So these changes has happened. So when environmental changes also happen, it affects your way of schedule, the way of life. So environmental changes happening. So I'm getting sleep, but I'm feeling also sleepy. So I woke up. So I'm in front of you talking, but I am from inside also. I am like feeling kind of sleepy, and that's the reason it's said that when you woke up, you have that uh, morning chores and exercises. Because once you go there, your all blockage will open. But obviously, at that pace you have to, or that limit you have to do exercise, where you able to do rest of the thing also. Some people will stretch to like 2 hours, then later on they eat. Once you do exercise, you have a lot of, you feel hungry, and you need a good amount of like proteins and rest of the things. for your body. So you have it, and once you have stuffed your stomach, sorry, second one. So once you stuff your stomach, then you get that. mm then you trigger your sleep more because our system also need a relaxation for complete digestion. You just notice you eat some kind of heavy food. Later on, you feel very sleepy, and that's the reason. If you want to do more work at one place, you have to. You need a lot of human resources. Let's say yeah, in a company, one department needs a lot of work. So and rest of the department doesn't have that ample, and they have available workers. So eventually, instead of going and hiring to balance the budget and the fixed cost, they will try to mm, shift most of the employee to that particular department to get the work completed more effectively or efficiently. So this is what our body does. And in less work, if you try to pull the thing to pull the activities, it will eventually won't give the productive outputs. So that's the feedback I want to give you. That mm, so now sleep attacks are not happening, which were happening, but the in the past phase one, yeah, I didn't. Every time I shut off this vlog, sorry, video logs, and then I able to recognize that I'm very thankful that phase one is completed. So low, medium, worse. So that kind of a scale is there every time. There's a meter is there for some kind, every kind of thing. The meter is there. So now it's second phase started. Alright, first phase one completed of 22 days. So three phases. The phase two is kind of worse. It's always said the worst. I can feel the lot of difficulties, but the worst part is like it may be if you don't have any like excitement and or if there is an excitement, the pressure. If both things are not there, then I guess it is like very difficult, and that I can see when when you woke up and the same thing what you say when you are completely active. When you hear this thing, it feels so funny because the body is trying to do that activity in the normal pace, but uh, due to the message and the response, what the brain passes and the body reacts to it, it is happening in a very slow manner, and that is the reason every time in morning we do the same activity, but it takes a lot of time. I'm talking about the first half an hour when you woke up, that part. And I am that's the reason I'm genuinely doing the video log side. When I just woke up, I'm just after waking up, I just uh, I pour some water on my not complete face also. That's it. And you can see that it is like sometimes it is seen mm, uh, like it is not normal here. So what we say, mm, too much, I become too much slow, or sometimes more active. If I woke early, like let's say 4:40 kind of thing, then automatically the conversation and everything becomes more active, and the points are more firm. And when it is like too much in that sleepy state, you will become so slow. Not I become so slow. It's a common feedback. So usually you try, you also becoming, you also feel that same thing. Then we type things which I'm saying is like have that common ground. So do try. Uh, that is the reason it said that exercise we needed. If it is fine, it is like a stretching, normal exercises that is needed. There is purpose of this, and this is because of we are going in this trauma. This when you needed the desperate when you needed the sleep desperately, that time you are not able to sleep you have to wait for sleep. But the moment you wake up, and that time you need like that active, and the sleep is all over you. So that is thing is also very funny in human journey. So coming back to the Facebook, yesterday we checked the Facebook ad manager strategy. So today I will be talking about that the campaigns, the level of campaigns. So you would be remembering in past videos when we used to discuss the promotion regarding pay business page. So the business page promotion where there's a promote button. In that we talked about the campaign cycle, which was like ad objective. Oh, you will be remembering kind of. It's not something you will be remembering. Ad objective, ad creatives, the objective part, which objective you have to go for, respective what campaign you want to run, and the ad creative. The same thing with like slightly different jargon. You can see in Facebook Ad Manager also. So here we will be talking about that levels. So campaign. So let's say when you create a campaign, you will be having a lot of objectives, ad objectives. So once you select that, the campaign is created. Then we go to ad sets. Ad sets are the area where you define where you select the options for which you want to, that how your ads, how and where the ad should be performing. Campaign, ad set, ad level. Ad level is the where the ads creative is handled. So these three phases we will be talking about. So let's start. Mm, What happened? 1 second. So I will start with first the campaign. So there's a three things: campaign, ad sets, and ad level. So campaign structure, campaign. What is a campaign? It's which I said a series of ad sets and ads that aim to accomplish a single objective, such as generating leads or increasing of app installs. At this level, in the campaign levels only, you have to you will choose and add objectives, which I said. Objective in the sense your goal. To define your goal, what you want to. Let's say your goal is offline store. You used to have that business. You used to have location campaigns. So objectives are the jargons of which campaign you need to run. You need like a traffic, you need a website traffic or traffic campaign, and that is also segmented into three sections. So moving ahead, so let's say if you choose the traffic campaign, so your ad will be optimized to get people to visit a destination. So what I said, when you create a campaign, so you have to select an objectives. So this objective has a three sections. One is awareness. Awareness is like awareness of the brand, then reach. These are the options you have in mm, have that options. Yeah. So uh, so when you want to do that popular when in the business page promote option, we used to see that popular this brand awareness where we used to increase our likes, that kind of, or in post awareness what you used to do. The same it happens in this brand awareness. You you increase the shares, likes, and visibility. You can see the increase the visibility of the brand, and the reach is like you have the control over the reach. So that comes in the awareness section. The second section is consideration. Consideration is like traffic. So this all has a meaning. Like one is like interaction, one is like action, and conversion is like the conversion like end of the funnel. So awareness, consideration, conversions. Give me 5-10 minutes, guys. Some problem has happened. We'll come back. Hello, guys. I'm so sorry. And some problem came, so I have to rush there. And it is like a funny problem. We have like I don't know. Many people would have faced that. You just put something on gas, and later then you forgot. So I forgotten, and eventually when I was talking like in ads and the example was like it was going inside ad, the example of like shop, and then I got that spark. Something is on gas which I forgot. So that's it. So coming back, yeah. So we'll continue that. Continue. When you create a campaign, then there's a while creating there is a set of option you which you will be getting. It's like awareness option where you're talking about your brand awareness, the reach, and second is consideration option. In that there is a like a multiple choices you can make. Let's say traffic, and if you want traffic, then go for traffic choice options, engagement options, app installs, the video views, lead generations, and messages. Third is conversion, which is completely most of the you they will to go who can actually convert. So conversions, catalogs, catalog sales, and store traffic. So these uh, three segments are divided in awareness, consideration, and conversions. So going ahead, then then let's say you want to create a new campaign of reach. So you hit that create campaign and select which objective you want to go with. Once you selected the objective, uh, you will get that ad set window. So once the campaign is created, you select the objective, then the campaign creation part is over, then you have to work on ad set. So ad set has the elements which you have to select, and then you have to select a bid strategy. And when you create a bid strategy, there is a split test. You will have the in various campaign there you will be having additional options respective to that particular campaign. So you see some options enables in one respective campaign and some are not, and some different options you can see in different campaign. So in each campaign there will be a split test, which is optional. You can try doing alternate the ads ad experiments in the with considering the same ads. So you can do that experiment having the split test. So in campaign level, only the two things you want to keep in your mind. One is once you hit that name the campaign, and then once you name your campaign, then select the objective, which should like what is your goal with respect to select the objective. Then the Facebook will lead you to the ad sets. So what things come in ad sets that I will try to explain you. So major part of the whole ad journey is is on the ad set. You have that enabled the options and in the ad set. Then rest creative part. No doubt, creative is always the first important thing. But you have that image video, you have the data resources, Then you are playing with this ad, and it's all ad funnel. Ad set is the part where you actually making your ads more relevant and optimized, or enabling the respective option. So what we have in this ad set option. So basically in ad set, a short summary, what happens. So in this ad set, the level of ad set, the options, mm, you get an option. In campaign level, you have objective as an option. In ad set level, you have optional such as like location, gender, characteristics. You can also create budget, schedule, choose your placement. A lot of things you can do in ad set. In when you go to the page, business page option of the past video, where you have to do this ad set level, there you used to have the ad objective, and the second is like ad creative. Most of this work is like you have limited options, but here you have a very detailed option. Sorry, detailed options. So it will help you. It will help you to exhaust your money only on the specific needs of yours. So let's start. What will be the steps we will be dealing with when you go for the ad set? Once the campaign is created, then the window will be the create an ad set. So just name your ad set. So once you name your ad set, then then which you will get a drop down if you have a multiple business pages. Select the business page. Then the option will be enabled for audience. There is a two tab for the options where you can create audience or you can use the saved audience of your existing old campaigns. Then either or you can uh, go for it. Then you will have that audience size meter. So go for like a green zone if you're not able to understand that much. This is the general color indicator. Go for the green zone and it will surely give you the better output. And this the fundamentals of the location remains same. You select the location, and if you are doubtful that in that location you also need, I said different campaign will be having different requirements. Let's say location. So you are remotely accessing somewhere, and you need to cover this respective location. So what you will be doing, you'll be selecting that location, then the ads will be started performing. And when you, let's see, in that location you have an offline store, then you will be pointing that location, but then you have to add that additional miles. So that will help the nearby audience to target. So the online, offline have an impact on what kind of ads you're making. Yes, then audience, then you need to select your placement. In this ad manager, it's like the specific option you have where you want to show feed, Facebook right column, or stories, messenger, Instagrams, feed. So Instagram stories. So that all options get enabled. You have to select it which where you want to, or you just leave it automatic. Facebook will decide. Or you can specifically you are seeking that you want to run on Facebook news feed. You have that option enabled. So then later on you can optimize your you can just what uh, you can do the optimization of the ad delivery. Let's say you have selected the objective of awareness, then you can select. Let's say you have selected the popular brand awareness, then you can go for the reach. So you have that drop down for that. Then you can go for the cost control, which is termed as bid control. So which is optional, but while it is optional at campaign level, you already have set that campaign budget. Then also you have to because one campaign can have multiple ad sets, so you have that ad set level of mm, budget for it. So add that bid controls. So sorry. So bid control is like at what bid you want to run this campaign. Sorry, budget is different and bid is different. Don't confuse it. Budget is like you are allocating some budget. Let's 100 rupees you allocated, and bid is like you are exhausting 2 rupees per 2 rupees for that bid. So customization is depend on the campaign bid strategy selected at campaign level. This is the same. So next, set a schedule for how long you want ads in ad set to run. So your ads, this is campaign, ad set, this is ad. So what is the you can schedule how long you want ads to run in ad set. Then the ad set spend limits. For that ad sets, you can have that limit to spend, which I said that budget. So you can have that budget. One is bid, you can keep it optional. Facebook will try to suggest you best possible bids, or you can set your own bids. That this is the bid you are seeking to exhaust on when people start having their actions on your ads. So budget. So we have to strictly limit some budget for daily. You have option on that daily budget or weekly budget, whatever suits you. You select it and set it. So you choose when you get charged. You can have that option also. That when you want to get charged, the frequency you have to set. Let's say 1 to 7. This these are the this is when you are expecting to be charged, and you also have that option that hours and days of the week your ad should run. That frequency also you see like 5 days you want to run that, 2 days you want to run that frequency you can set. So you can choose the delivery types also. So you want to run that accelerated campaign or standard campaign. So accelerated campaign exhaust budget way fast compared to standard. So this is you have the lot of option in ad set level. Once you have like done your homework in goal, at set level you can easily cover it with a very good optimization points or optimization options. Sorry, and then last but not least comes the ads. Talk about campaign creation. You the objective part is selected in the campaign level. Then you go to ad set. Multiple things happen. It happens the creation of the ad set, the audience, the budget, the control over budget, and then the ads. The ad at ad level as it's same as the ad creative of the business page. In the ad level, you talk about images, videos. So it's again the process simple. Create. You have to name that ad first. When you have a campaign, you can have multiple ad sets. In the ad set, you will have multiple ad. So choose your identity. Like let's say you have a Facebook page or Instagram profile. You can choose during the ad set so that you will get that options to run an image, run a video or carousel. That kind of options you'll be getting. And once you select, let's say image you're selecting, then you can add the image as per the requirements or indications given with respect to size and the text ratio. Then you have to create a titles. So the text part comes where you have to talk about that images or offers you have. Then there is also you have a like advanced option where you can add your tracking parameters or Facebook pixels at app event of offline events. So all you can have a setup. These all options you can have during the Facebook ad level. So hope you get an at least a rough idea that you once you start going through this, go to your panel, go to the Facebook Ad Manager admin panel, create it, and you can start getting the options. Name it. You should have a proper name when you're talking about campaign. Campaign should be like food campaign. In food, which ad set? Ad set is like a In food, which segment you are seeking? In food, let's say you are seeking like the fruit which are giving good vitamins. In that, you are then the ads will be regarding to that ad sets. Let's say ad will be like lemon or something. So this part, so it should be grouping of ad set, and then campaign, multiple ad set. You can have the control over one single campaign. So this structure you have to build in your mind when you are planning to run a Facebook campaign. Hope you get in ideas. Go get your hand dirty in it. You'll eventually get to learn. It's a very, very simple thing. Stuck somewhere, you don't know, do comment. So I will surely help you the best possible way. And that's it today for the Facebook part. And do immediately go what you learn. Keep learning. It's okay. You stuck somewhere you don't know. You can comment it. You solve it. Every time you get stuck, do leave your questions or comments. I will surely reply you on that, or I will talk about that questions on the immediate next video. So the last part about the movies. So day by day, the movie, speaking the movie is also kind of tricky. But this was the movie all people have already been knowing. So the movie is Rocky. So Rocky movie is like major people would be knowing, but then you don't know. You start watching from the very first part, the Rocky, 1976. This is a story of like Rocky, and it is not just about boxing. When it comes to Rocky, eventually, or in the back of the head, we start having that image of boxer. No doubt, the movie is inclined towards the boxing, but but not only boxing, the message we are getting from that movie. It's about the struggle. It's about the hard work, the difficulties of daily life, which I said, the daily life difficulties, and the difficulties and struggle to earn his relationship. And then the second part is relationships with the best friend sister and the formation of his career. A lot of things comes back to back. So, and with this overall view of his life, that's what makes movie special because it's so natural to the our daily our daily activities which we are facing. So when some incidents are happening which we are facing in our daily life and it resembles in the movie, we become so much involved and we try to reciprocate the outcome in the real world. Even though you are seeing that movie, you get emotional, you get aggressive, you get adrenaline, that thing happening to you after watching it. So that is a small time boxer. So he had a chance to fight heavyweight champions and in bid to earn respect and glory. So he jumps into ring without knowing the tough task is ahead of him. So rest you watch rough idea. From rough idea, you will have guessed that it's kind of like movie. So what kind of message? So the lines which is in the movie which I would like to say that life is not about how hard of a hit you can give. So life is not about how hard of a hit you can give. It's about how many you can take and still keep moving forward. That's the beauty of this movie. So this one line has told a major meaning of this movie and also in the real life. So I will repeat once again. Usually I would repeat it, so this is like a very good thing. It's to me, I feel very good after hearing this. So life is not about how hard of a hit you can give. It's all about how many you can take and still keep moving forward. So that's what the important learning. Watch this movie. You'll surely like it. And thanks for giving your time, valuable time. You may be learning or you may not be. Some people would be found that much interesting. So do add your interest. I will surely break that time and start giving respect to knowledge, which is visible or which is my area of interest. And started this to change the habits, and eventually we are growing like tree. So I am happy with, so the count was never that much important. I'm happy with having some users, even if it is one, that is fine to me. And I really appreciate for that. So giving your that valuable time. For me, time is like more than money. Because the moment which you spend, you're giving time means that person is more valuable to you. Thanks for that. Continue with your daily chores. And don't forget to learn. Keep learning. Keep evolving. The nature has made us, even though we don't do anything, we start evolving from child to youth to old. This journey, you don't have control over it. So why you're stuck in yourself in the things which you have the learning, building your own skills, any skills which makes you more happy and more confident. You will see the difference the moment you get to know more and more knowledge. You'll automatically become more and more confident. Not the overconfident part, the confident part. It will reflect on what you see. That's it, guys. Today's session was kind of a longer. I take additional fire doing here and there. Bear with me. Bye bye. Take care. See you tomorrow again at same time.